He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Married to Medicine. This is season 6, episode 3. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to be an active subscriber, which just means to look around, watch other videos, comment, like, share, all those good things. And also do not forget to hit the notification bell because that lets you know when I have new videos up and on my channel. This episode, it was a lot. And I'm just like, it's only episode 3 and y'all already bickering. I'm like, Jesus, fix it, okay? We see the beginning of the episode starts off. Why does my camera seem like off? It's the weirdest shit ever. We see Scott coming home after Toya's party, going in to talk to Contessa. Contessa brings up how her father still is a little bit off. She brings up how he got off the flight and he sat down in the airport and fell asleep for 3 hours. So I'm guessing the whole time that she was waiting for him, she did not realize that he was already in the airport, but he had just sat down somewhere and fell asleep. So she then says once she got to him that he then, because he slept, she said he slept for 4 hours in the airport. Then when he got in the car, he could not stay awoke in the car. And then once he got back to the house, he still just could not keep his eyes open. So that's the whole reason why she did not go to Toya's party, was because her father, it was just so off for him to be sleeping that much, and it wasn't normal to her as a doctor. Okay, so Scott, you had a hard time or whatever, and the party was kind of crazy too. He then goes to tell her what Toya said and the things that happened and how Toya was upset that she did not call to say she was not coming to the party. Before that, Scott did mention about her dad sleeping so much. He did say verbatim, usually that's how someone who with cancer acts after chemo, because chemo makes a person really tired and they get really sleepy or whatever. So he did mention that. Anyway, back to the whole Toya Contessa thing. Contessa we have things that really matter. She mad because I didn't come to the fucking party. We have kids, business and life things are going on. No one has time to worry about her. She said, you throw a party to celebrate your lawn being cut. You celebrate mediocrity and stuff all day. I can't keep up with your bullshit. I said, bitch. She said, I'm focused on my father if my father's okay. This is one thing about Contessa and Toya. Toya was absolutely, positively petty, stupid, and just crazy to even be upset that Contessa did not call her when her husband came to tell you she could not make it because her father's in town and he's sick. I'm like, what person then says, why didn't she call me? Bitch, fuck you. My daddy's sick, okay? My father is sick. And just because you would take time out your schedule to call someone does not mean somebody else does that. Look, let me tell you this. If my parent is sick, I give 0 fucks about anybody. Period. I'm not wasting. If something going on with whatever, I'm calling whoever after the fact of whatever is being handled. If I have to miss work, bitch, I will call you at 2 p.m. and say I ain't come because this isn't happening. I'm just not remembering to call you because guess what's first? My goddamn family. Fuck you. Okay, I completely get Contessa's thing of I wasn't thinking about you. Not only that, my husband came and told you I couldn't make it. So, girl, kiss my black butt. Okay? Whatever. We see that whole thing. We then see Jackie and Heavenly go to meet up with Quad. Heavenly planned for them to go paintballing. And Jackie like, you sure you want Quad to be shooting around this time? She's like, I feel like she needs to get some aggression off and get her frustration off. So I feel like it can be a way for her to relieve some tension. They both bring up how they're just trying to catch up with Quad because no one has seen or talked to Quad in a little bit of a minute. So, they sit there talking or whatever, and Jackie brings up how for her, when she was going through her mental issues, she, didn't mind being around the ladies, and she was around them because she did not want to avoid her friends, and they helped her. She said, for me, she said Quad needs to come around so we can just love on her. And I think that's true. You know what I'm saying? I think if Quad had not been around, if Quad had been around them, it would have been less awkward. I think the fact that she has not been around them and has not returned their phone calls, and have not talked to anybody, is very, very awkward. Okay, so I'm like, okay, well, I know this will probably be just as awkward. As Heavenly is saying that, she's like, I've seen her on social media, and she's been hanging out with other people. She just ain't hanging out with us. So, excuse me, they did show pictures of her hanging out with the ladies of Sister Circle, and she's smiling as if there is no issue, okay? And, she's like, I just don't know why she's not being around us. So then Quad ends up texting Heavenly, okay? Now, why is Heavenly screen broke? I don't know why these folks on these TV shows always have broken screens. I'm like, I had a cell phone screen that was cracked once, and that had to be about 8 years ago, okay? I don't get how people's screens crack that easily, and when they do crack, they don't break it. They don't get a fix. My mama had a cracked screen on her phone, and I kept saying, Mom, why don't you go get it fixed? Oh, I'll get it fixed later. I'm looking like I could not have a cracked phone. It would drive me crazy. It might be a bit of OCD for me. Anyway, so yeah, Quad texts Heavenly and say she can't make it. She got a meeting to go to, which pisses Quad off. Okay, it pisses Quad off. It pissed Heavenly off because she felt like, you wasted my time. Jackie pissed off too, simply because it's like you cancel stuff last minute on purpose. Because if you knew we would come here today, you knew you had something planned to shoot with us today. So why would you plan something else? But they end up going paintballing anyway, Jackie and Heavenly. And Heavenly gonna say, I can't wait to shoot Jackie and just to beat her in something. Jackie shot Heavenly one time with a goddamn paintball bullet, and she quit. I give up. I surrender. It hurt. You thought it wasn't when it would? I think the issue was they didn't wear no extra clothes. Like, my nephew goes paintballing all the goddamn thing. He loves paintballing. And he like, you gotta wear all the clothes. I'm looking like, boy, I'm too old. And I'm not going to be running around nowhere getting shot with paintballs. Like, it ain't going to happen for me. And they hurt. No, I'm good. That's for kids. And I don't want to do it. Anyway, that was still funny. We see a scene with Simone talking to her son. And she took him, like, practice test driving or whatever. He don't seem too good. He needs some more lessons. Anyway, when they get back to the house, she talked to him about her and his dad, her and Cecil. And he brings up how he's happy that his parents are trying counseling because it means they, instead of giving up, they're trying to see if they can work it out. And then Simone brings up how he used to be really upset about things because he's the only one at home. Their oldest son is away at college, so he does not see much of anything that goes on with Quad and Cecil, but the youngest one does. So, he brings up, but yes, he did used to be upset. He said, especially when y'all came to my game and y'all sat separately as if y'all could not coexist in the same space. Like, it was just so embarrassing. And I felt like if you go to your kid's game, sit together, okay? Unless he just fucked the nanny and, stole all your money, I feel like, don't make him feel any more weird than what he has to. Like, y'all don't eat, like, just sit, you don't have to talk to each other. Like, make him feel like his parents are there together to support him. I feel like it could be hard for him to see, like, mom on this side, daddy on that side, like the whole house situation. I can't see y'all together because, you in one house, he in the other house, and, it's a back and forth thing. I mean, the way Simone and sister do things, to me, it don't make no damn sense, but it works for them. Well, it doesn't work for them when they get a divorce, or was going to get a divorce. But I feel like they're just always so separate, and they've been separate for a while, so someone needs to come together. She said, well, do you know, did your dad do anything wrong? And he said, well, yeah, Dad is stubborn. He said, but so are you. So it's the things where he know his parents. And, she tells him, like, if you feel something, feel free to talk about it, because I want you to feel open, to talk to me about whatever's going on. She brings up how she's hurt knowing that a decision or action that she has done has hurt her child. And I'm like, why my hair like it's falling on my face? Oh, probably because he's blowing. So, that's the weird thing that's going on with her. But I like how she had this open conversation with, what's going on here? She had an open conversation with him, and, I feel like he gave his opinion on what was going on. It was real healthy way to show a mama and son have a conversation about issues within the marriage with his mama, with his daddy. We see Contessa at home with her family. Okay, we see her with her husband, the kids, and we see her father. Now, Contessa's father looks sick. And we know she mentioned he has Crohn's disease. He got diagnosed with Crohn's disease when he was in his 30s. But when she said earlier, I can see how he's lost weight. I can see that he's sick. I can see that. I see what she meant. He do look sick. He do. And seeing him as a stranger, I can assume how shocking it was for her to see her father like that, and that's even more of a reason as to why she stayed home with him, because she know her daddy. So to see your father and he can't wake up, he keeps sleeping, and he's very, very thin, and he looks sick. You want to stay with him because you don't know what's going on. So, she brings up how her mom had breast cancer in her 20s. Her dad, again, was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in his 30s. And over the years, he's had multiple surgeries, okay? But he's up. He's walking around. He's talking. Like, it's not like he lying in the desert too. He's, at least able to do, things or whatever. So, my iPad charged all the way. We see they're asking him what kind of tests did he have done and what's going on with his health or whatever. So he says, I had this test done, I had that test done. He brings up how he had a biopsy done, and the test came back negative the 2 times he had it done, but they want to do a third test. Now, she then says, after having multiple surgeries, it is logical and normal for doctors to do multiple tests, because with all the scar tissue from surgeries, sometimes it's hard to get a good reading from testing. He then says, the first 2 tests came back negative, basically testing them for cancer. So those 2 came back negative, but they want to do a third one. He then says, it's really because my PSA levels, they want to do a third one. So then she said, because it gets her and Scott sitting there, they both doctors, so her and Scott listen to him talk. And then when he said, they said, because my PSA levels, they want to do a third one. She said, oh, well, what are they? Because I'm saying normal is less than 4. She said, normal is less than 4. He says, mine is 300. And she said, 300? And he said, yeah. So when he said that, her face and Scott's face, both of them it was a whole doctor face, in my opinion. Like, they knew what that meant. You know what I'm saying? When he said that. And then she said, so they told you they think you have cancer. And he said, yeah. And she said, well, what kind of, and her voice got kind of low. Well, what kind of, treatment you going to do there? Like, you going to have treatment here? You going to have treatment there? Like, what are you going to do? He says, I refuse treatment until I get a positive biopsy. And she said, well, Dad, how long have you been denying treatment? So in her head, she's thinking your level's at 300. That means you have cancer, for one. And if you have been avoiding treatment, it means you've been getting sicker and sicker. And that's why you came here and slept for so long. That's why you've lost so much weight, because you're dying of cancer and you're not being treated for it, because you are waiting for a positive diagnosis that you may never get, simply because of the scar tissue you have. It was such a fucking real moment. I said before, Married to Medicine is one of the only reality shows that I feel has true people showing their reality. Okay, and it's for moments like this where she's sitting talking to her dad, and she figure out that he has cancer and he won't accept the diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? It was that whole thing. So she looks worried. her husband looks worried. The kids kind of looking worried because they like what's going on. I guess they heard the word cancer. You had, it was that whole thing. And so Scott takes the kids upstairs, and her dad talk, and it was so emotional, made me cry. It was so emotional, you know what I'm saying? When he got emotional, was crying a little bit, and he said he was crying because he felt that she was hurting, hearing certain things, whatever. And he like, I'm okay. I've been sick for 30 years. I know when I'm sick, and I'm okay. No, bruh, you sick. It's a different kind of, because he said, I'm not in pain. She said, are you in pain, Dad? He's like, no, I'm not in pain. I'm okay. And, she got emotional because she's like, you know what I'm saying? You all that I have. You're all that I have, and I don't want you to not tell me things, you know what I'm saying, about what's really going on. And then she's crying a little bit, he's crying a little bit, whatever. It was a whole thing. And he's saying, I will keep you in the loop. I won't hide nothing from you. I will keep you in the loop. And, as long as you're okay, I'm okay. Okay? And they hug or whatever. And, it was such a moment that I was like, you know what I don't want to happen? I don't want it to be like the reunion. And they play that scene, and they like, oh, her father passed away. And it's a thing of her remembering them. It's just, it was just so sad, because he do look sick to me. He really, really do. We do see her in a different wig, in a different confessional. It's a black one. I'm like, I like this look. Now the look she had on this one, it was a black wig. It looked really nice on her, way better than that wig she had on before. And she brings up how her and her husband are both doctors, and how we know exactly what he said. We know exactly what it meant, even if he refused to accept it. So I feel like they had her shoot a different scene later on, probably after things had happened. Because again, it's a completely different look than she had. It's not that weird ass ponytail look. It's not that weird ass brown crazy. It was a whole different wig that she looked much, much better in. So we see that whole thing. There's a scene with Mariah, talking to her daughter Lauren, who looks so young, okay, but she's going to high school. I say she look 8. Lauren, she's just a tiny girl. You know what I'm saying? She just is very, very tiny, whatever. And she feels like she needs to get rid of her kitty things, and she just wants to kind of grow up, because again, she's going to high school. So she's throwing away little dresses and clothes, and she feels like it's too childish. I said them pink ass fluffy ass hangers was childish. Okay, get us some new hangers. Get us some adult hangers. Okay, get us some them plastic ones from Walmart that I got. That that clank around or whatever. Or I also have the velvet hangers. Get some velvet hangers. Some nice little thin velvet, good old sturdy hangers. I'm like, them old frou little. Those were kitty hangers. They really, really were. Anyway, she said out of her own mouth, I feel like I am transitioning and turning into who I want to be, and I no longer want to dress like a baby. I'm going into high school, and I feel bad because we go to restaurants and stuff, and they still ask me, do I want something off the kiddie menu, because she looks like a kid, because she's just tiny. Mariah brings up how even when she was like a senior, she's like, when I started high school, I was like 80 something pounds. I was really, really little, like you. I don't think she was that little, because I swear, when the girl said when she said, I said, high school? Really? I thought she was going into middle school. So she's a little petite girl or whatever. So she was like, when I was in high school, I also was really little, and my body did not fall out until I was like about to go to college. But she brings up like, are you like sex questions. She brought up how her mom put her on birth control early because she was, growing up too fast and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, it's a whole other conversation. It was a cute little thing because Heavenly was listening to her daughter, Mariah was listening to her daughter say, like, I just don't want to be treated like, I don't want to feel like a kid anymore. I want to look my age. Because when she first said, I want to dress older and look older, and I'm like, why? You 8. I didn't even realize, no, she's like 14, like 13, 14 years old. So she's like, I want to just look older because I look so young and I don't want to feel that way. And I like how Mariah listened to her and said, okay, we'll see what we can do. It was really cute. Okay. Eugene and Toya, oh Jesus, they want to buy their forever home. He brings up houses, they are out of debt, they want to get their forever home. And I'm like, okay, that seems cool. So they are walking through this house, big old huge, lovely house. Okay, and it got all these rooms and pools and his and her closets and two islands in the kitchen and the down. It was all these things. Okay, all these things, and their budget is $2 million. First of all, when they said we've been saving, we've been putting money away so that we can afford to get this forever home. I felt like people who are freshly out of debt should not buy a $2 million home that's based on your husband who works as a doctor. I feel like if y'all are freshly out of debt, y'all can get a house for $1 million. Just because I'm like $2 million, I don't like counting nobody's money, but I feel like, are y'all spending? Because why do y'all need a $2 million home? 2 mil, two. Y'all can get one for 1.2. It's just you and 2 kids. Like, you don't need no big, huge. I just don't feel like they can afford it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I feel bad for like kind of counting their money basically, but I also feel like y'all can't even afford $2 million. Okay, boy, bye. So the house that he showed them, it was listed for $2.9 million, and it's like, why would you show us? Like, why would you pick this house? No, we can't afford it. When he then said to her, I picked this house to show you how much it's going to cost for us to get everything we need and we want in the location that we need and we want. This is a reality. He then brought up I'll do extra shifts. I can work if we need to work. I don't think he did it to like really want her to want that house. I think he did it to show her, if you say we need all these things, this is what it costs. And if you want to do it, I would have to do all this extra stuff to afford what we all want. When Toya was like, I don't want all this and I don't want you out the house and working too much, I felt like he didn't either. I felt like he was trying to show you we can't have it all. Okay, again, do $1 million too. $2 million, nah, don't do it. And I don't like counting y'all money, but I mean, the house they have now is fine. I feel like Toya and Eugene will always be looking to do more, even if Toya ain't doing more of her damn stuff. I feel like everything is based on Eugene working at the damn hospital and Toya getting her checks from Married to Medicine. Toya, how have you not, girl, you ain't even wrote a children's book? You own a TV show as a stay-at-home mom. You haven't wrote a children's book, bitch? Like, girl, you can do something with yourself. Okay, besides spending monies. Anyway, we see Mariah is having a crab boil and they're inviting all the ladies over. Even Quad was invited. We see Simone get there first. And she come in these little shoes that have like $100 bills in it. I'm gonna be 100. And I'm tired of Quad's bullshit. You either in or you out. I feel Simone. I feel like when you on a TV show and we all supposed to be on this show, how can you not be here shooting any scenes? I can understand that point. Okay. Simone even said how, me and Quad used to be really close, and now she don't even answer my phone calls. Again, I get it. We then see Mariah come in, we see Contessa come in too. Now when Contessa come in, honey, she started out, she didn't waste no time. Yeah, I heard, did Toya really miss me at her party, or was she just talking about me not being there? I agree. Toya didn't miss Contessa. Toya was only saying that. I'll bring it up later. Anyway, they asked about her dad. She's like, well, he's still sick or whatever. She lets them know that, he has Crohn's disease. He has prostate cancer. There's a lot going on with her dad. And again, that's why she wasn't at the party. So, she said, but me, I didn't want to get my dad from the airport, drop him off at home, just so I can go do some bullshit. Mariah gonna say, well, maybe when Toya just don't call it bullshit. No, bitch, bullshit. I would say bull to these shits. Fuck you mean? Mariah bring up how Toya isn't that bad, and Toya expects loyalty from her friends, and someone should have told Contessa that all that she had to do was tell Toya she couldn't make it. Bitch, she sent her whole husband. She sent a whole human being who she shares a bed with to tell her I can't make it. And then the reason, anyone who be like, well, you didn't call me. Bitch, my daddy's sick. Fuck you. I'm tired of that whole thing. We then see when Toya got there, it seemed like everything got real tense, bitch. You know, at first they didn't talk. Contessa and Toya did not talk, which is weird because Contessa was brought in as Toya's friend, but they did not talk. Mariah, missing Mariah, brings up how Toya was upset and hurt that Contessa wasn't there, and she was like, and Toya like, what she was like, something like, well, she don't care, and I'm not giving Contessa nothing. Contessa, you know what I'm saying? Well, I heard a lot was said when I wasn't around. I'm like, bitch, it sure was. It was a weird thing to where, oh, my battery low. It was a weird thing to where they weren't talking to each other, but they were talking to where the other one, you know, was listening, but they still were not talking to, so they leave that alone. You know, we then see Contessa bring up how, you know, Quad may feel funny because she does not want to feel judged around the ladies, and that may be the reason she isn't around, and that, what, that ain't true, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, Quad has been judging people, Quad judges all the time, and she does. So, girl, bye. Quad get there, and I can say that I felt like Quad came in positively. I felt like she came in with positive energy. However, I get how they haven't seen her in a while, and Quad came in as if she just saw them last week, not as if any of them had called her and either not gotten a response or she's declined to come and be with them. So I get the ladies being like standoffish about Quad being there, or this Quad coming in as if ain't nothing changed. So they're a bit angry. Okay, they're a bit angry. Now Quad, Quad, what's going on? Fill us in. On what? And somebody was like, we haven't seen you, like, on whatever. And it started from there. Okay, Quad goes and all the excuses. I'm saying, I'm going through things. No one called me. For the rest of the night, anything that anyone said to Quad response was, I'm going through things. No one called me. She kept repeating that over and over and over. Okay, we see how Contessa said, well, that's a double standard because no one called me about my father being sick, whatever. Like, so I think it's kind of bullshit. And then her and Toya? No, Toya then said, well, I don't call people who talk behind my back. And when she said that, I say, what is she talking about? When she was the one talking shit about Contessa when Contessa wasn't there. And then I realized why Toya was mad. Toya is still upset because last season when her and Eugene had that in the black party on the show, they saw Contessa say, well, they throwing parties and spend all this money just because they paid the debt. Like, that's something regular. She mad about that. She feels as if that was when Contessa talked shit about her. That's why at her party she said to Contessa on the microphone, last time you said, you know, we was throwing party. I say, bitch, you are petty. Okay, you are mad for that. Girl, the fuck bye. I'm like, it's just dumb. You know, that you're holding on to a comment she made last season that was technically true. Y'all throwing a party because y'all paid a bill. That's what you did. You paid a bill and threw a party. Not granted, it was an accomplishment to pay off your IRS debt. That's absolutely true. However, you still threw a party because you paid a bill off. Okay, let's be true. At that point, Contessa say, you know what I'm saying, eagles don't roll with chickens, and I heard you was clucking like a hen at your party. And I'm like, Lord, she wrote that down, baby. She wrote that down, but it's true. Eagles don't roll with chickens. They don't at all. And you have Toya who say, I'm a motherfucking eagle. I'll come down and I'll something dumb, you know, don't fuck with me. I'm looking like, Toya, I just can't take Toya because you mad for the wrong you mad over a whole comment that was basically true, girl. Get the fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. And I'm not gonna talk shit about, I don't care, girl, bye. I like how Contessa said, like, you know what I'm saying, it's easy to talk shit about people who ain't there. Like, you don't do that when I'm there. You got my number, be woman enough to call me and talk to me. And I don't think they're gonna make up. It was what it was. Then Simone, like, well, well, my issue, because again, they're doing all this thing as quad sitting there, and we assume it'll be a quad issue. It's 4:07. Lord, that's why I'm tired. Simone said, well, my issue is that I have been a loyal friend to you, and he go quiet. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through enough. I don't want to have any issues with anybody here. I have enough to deal with. It's enough on my plate. Okay? Simone say, if your plate is full, then why did you show up, Quiet? Why did you show up? It's a whole thing now. You know what I'm saying? Quiet is like, she's like, she get mad at me as if I did something to her, and it was a complete mess. It was a lot of going back and forth. Quiet keeps saying I got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? I have issues in my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what great. Y'all knew what great revealed on the reunion. Y'all didn't reach out to me. This isn't sisterly. And then she walked off crying with no tears. Okay, she's crying with no tears. Contessa see her walking off. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't eject her from the group. I'm like, Contessa, you just got in the group. Be happy. They don't eject your ass, okay? And again, they did not eject Quad. Quad walked away on her own because Quad don't like to handle shit. Quad will cry and walk away as if nothing happened. Okay? They're going back and forth. I don't care. Quad crying with no tears. She making the crying noises, but no tears is coming out of her face. I think later her eyes got watery, but I think it's because she kept blinking. I don't think she was really crying. And she just like, I can't believe this going on or whatever. We see how Heavenly and what was Contessa is telling her how she don't have to leave. And Heavenly like, this is my house. You don't have to leave. Like, we invited you here for a reason. Let's go back and let's handle it. Now, at the same time, Quad saying how she feels as if no one cares about what she has going on. And I'm like, Quad, you do realize that Toya and Eugene had a whole tax problem. Jackie and Curtis had a whole sex scandal. Cecil and Simone had try to get a whole divorce. You're not the first person on this cast to go through things, okay, at all. And it's weird because you and him and Dr. Greg wasn't even on good terms. So what is you going through? If Dr. G said y'all ain't been in the same bed sleeping together in a couple years, what did you mad for? Girl, fuck about it. I can't take it. You know what I'm saying? And it's mainly because Quad can't monopolize her pain when other ladies there are feeling the exact same thing. And Toya, Simone, who else? Toya, Simone, and I think Mariah were saying, like, you know what I'm saying, she acts as if no one else has been through things. It's weird that she won't share what she's going through, but she wants us to understand things that we don't even know what's going on. I'm like, girl, bad. Quad left her purse. Mariah then takes Quad her purse, but when she say, hey, you left your purse, Quad was going back into the bathroom. Quad said, just leave it over there. She's like, girl, take your purse. Again, just take the purse. Then Mariah felt offended or just for whatever reason, like, I can't believe, don't be mean to me, don't be rude to me, say thank you, bitch. I'm like, well, that was real aggressive, Mariah. She did admit on Watch What Happened Live how she did overreact, but it was because I thought it was the reason. It was how Quad kind of came at me or ignored me as if it wasn't nice. And I was just trying to bring her purse. Whatever. Then we see them like arguing. They're arguing about, well, I don't care, say thank you, bitch. Don't come. It was a bunch of bullshit. You see Quad as she's walking away. She did this with her hand. Whatever. She flung her hand. And when she flung her hand, Mariah then assumed, I don't know if she was swinging, but she then swung and pops Quad on the arm. Bitch, don't you put your motherfucker. I'm like, oh, here we go. So Heavenly is having to break up Mariah and Quad because Quad is because Mariah just tapped her. Heavenly, I'm not gonna touch her. Quad, what am I gonna do? Quad. I'm like, they went from being arguing and fussing and fighting to Mariah, hitting her arm, to Quad, like, you motherfucker, to them being in Heavenly's like salon, outside bathroom salon thing, talking as if they sister friends. I said, I don't know what's going on here. It's just the weirdest shit. Cause I'm like, you got Heavenly and Mariah sitting there talking to Quad as Quad is putting her eyelashes back on. I'm like, y'all, what's going? I don't know what's going on here. And it wasn't until Heavenly said, you know what I'm saying, I can't be around anything that's not sisterly, and it pissed Heavenly off. I think, when Quad said that, when Quad said, I can't be around anything that's not sisterly, it pissed Heavenly off. He was like, you know what I'm saying, we are like sisters, you know what I'm saying, we love each other, we get mad at each other, we make up, you know what I'm saying, don't play us like that, don't play us as if we are not friends and sisters to you when we are, you know what I'm saying, I chased you down, I'm in here with you, I came, whatever, we love you, Quad, is that which one here, we love you, I'm not here for this bullshit, I'm sick of this bullshit, you know what I'm saying, if you want to do that, go ahead and leave. And she walks away as Quad is in the damn bathroom putting on her lashes. I said, bitch. All while Dr. Jackie ass ain't even there yet. And the crabs that was boiling, they out there eating. I'm like, this is just... I felt like this episode was draining. Like, it was just so draining to where I'm like... Put your comments below. Put your comments below about how you felt about the episode. I feel like this. I feel like Quad is trying to act as if she's the first person on the cast who has had marital issues, and as if the ladies should understand what she's going through. I feel like the ladies feel like we all have had to live our truths on camera, and we all have had to come around each other and, you know, talk about whatever we're going through. But you are avoiding that, and it's some bullshit. That's what I think it is. Anyway, I'm done. Okay, I'm completely done. Peace.